What better way to enjoy the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer than with Summer Under the Stars? TCM's celebration of classic films and movie stars features a different star and their greatest flicks every day in August. This morning we'll find out more from Ben Mankiewicz, the host of Turner Classic Movies. Good morning, Ben.
Good morning, Kelly. Thanks for having me.
So tell us what goes on during the Summer Under the Stars in August.
First, I like any suggestion from a responsible news person that tells people that they should spend the lazy, hazy days of summer inside watching television. That's what, it's rare. We don't hear that advocated often, but we at Turner Classic Movies do like to hear that. So basically, starting on August 1st, with Marilyn Monroe, ending August 31st with Elizabeth Taylor, starting at 6 a.m. Eastern, we devote every day for 24 hours to the movies of a single star. It's a pretty straightforward concept, but what that means is that 10, 11, 12, 13 movies every day featuring the same star. And very frequently you can, we don't really go in chronological order because we want to make sure, at prime time we sort of hit the big movies that people want to see most. But over the course of the day, you can really chart a star's career.
Can you give us an example of some of the movies that we'll be playing? Maybe pick out a few of your favorites.
All right, I got a big list in front of me, but for example, like on the 10th of August coming up, we have Sidney Poitier and obviously a great star, and movies included A Patch of Blue, To Sir with Love, The Defiant Ones, In the Heat of the Night, of course, which won the Oscar 50 years ago this year for that great year, 1967. Cry the Beloved Country, so plus 6 or 7 more movies. John Wayne is one of our stars this month. Obviously, since we've been doing this, I think this is the 16th year we've done Summer Under the Stars. We've had John Wayne often, not every year, but often. From a late John Wayne like McClintock to the movie that made him a star, Stagecoach. Both of those movies are in our tribute to John Wayne. And then I think maybe the best Western ever made, once we get to Primetime, The Searchers as well. So again, some obscure movies that maybe you don't immediately associate with a star to some of their biggest hits, and they just come one after the other. And of course, for some of these people, in a few of these movies, they'll be nothing more than a supporting player because it'll be earlier in their career. And then by the time we get to a later movie, you'll see them as a full-fledged star.
Are there any highlights from this year's programming? I guess, what are the fans most excited to see? Is there a fan favorite?
Well, we gave our we have a new fan club called the TCM Backlot, which is if you're going to join any fan club this year, you should join the TCM Backlot. You get behind-the-scenes access to what we do here, some behind-the-scenes access to many of the movies that you love, information. And in addition, we let our fans vote on a couple of Summer Under the Stars choices. One of them, we thought we'd have a little fun, and we pitted Cary Grant against Gregory Peck, and had the fans vote for which of those 2 stars, both incredibly worthy, should be given the Summer Under the Stars treatment. And bad news for Gregory Peck, nobody loses to Cary Grant. Nobody beats Cary Grant. Cary Grant doesn't lose to anybody, so we have a night of Cary Grant movies, a full 24 hours of Cary Grant movies, and that's always a huge hit with people.
And where can our viewers go for more information?
You can go to our website, tcm.com, and then click on the Summer Under the Stars, what do you call it, link. But, huge. By the way, real quick, Elvis Presley died August 16th, 1977, so this is the 40th anniversary of Elvis's death. So on August 16th, we've got 24 hours of Elvis movies, which again is going to be a big hit with people.
Well, very cool.
There's interesting. I talked to, real quick, I'm sure you're almost out of time, but the more people you talk to who worked with Elvis will all tell you that if Elvis had devoted most of his time or much of his time to acting, if he'd taken that as seriously as his music, he would have been an enormously successful actor. You can even see it in some of these silly movies. Elvis has tremendous presence.
Well, that's very interesting. I will have to tune in. Thank you so much for your time, Ben.
Sure thing. Nice talking to you, Kelly.
You too. Kayla?